So my car is parked right at the top of the hill there, and I decided to survey this entire area this time very carefully to find out where the boundaries of the pegmatite are. And I'm going to mark the boundary with some TP and see if that helps me locate where the edges are. And you'll see that right in here it starts clicking, and we're about 900 or so. And then right here on the boundary it'll drop down to about 500. As I mentioned, I'm in the process of surveying, finding the outer boundaries of this pegmatite, and so far that was my first marker, and then this is my next marker. And as I was probing around here on the edge where I thought it was, lo and behold, here right near the boundary I found the localized hotspot. So let's see if I can just pull it out really quickly. Let's see, about 1200. Oops, a little hotter over here. Let's see, that's 1500. So it should be a nice specimen. I'll just try to scrape it up with my shovel. See what we can find here. I'm hoping I'm found some more of these big crystals that I found last time. Right around the borders of this pegmatite, because my theory is that the big crystals don't go very far. It's the smaller ones that get washed downstream, which I found a lot of. Looks like it's maybe a little more on this side. Yeah. Of course, it could also be more than one specimen. Okay, it's getting a little rocky in here, so I'm going to put down the phone and pick up a little bit once I get closer. All right, so I'm getting closer. I just want to be careful that I don't break the specimen, so I'm going to work around carefully with my chisel and just break the ground loose around it and see if I can pull this thing out without too much damage to it. So let's see. Well, okay, so it's a little bit on this side. Okay, so we're over 3,000 now. We started out at 1,800, if you'll remember. So that's getting kind of close to my camera, but let me just see if I can knock a little bit more dirt off without disrupting my camera too much. All right, one more. All right, let's see if we've gotten any closer. I think we have. Where is it? It's always exciting, your first find. Okay. Still hiding from me, but he can't hide too long. Seems to be right in here. Let me put on my glove, the one that's not holding the camera, and just do it handful by handful. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. You can tell it's not as big as the specimens I was finding before, but I would think that might be it. Yeah, that's it. I see some crystal form in there. That's a good little find for the first one. This cleaned up nicely. Got some good crystal facets. I see maybe some twinning going on there. So yeah, this is a nice little specimen. Comparable to the other big ones that I was finding out here. Looks promising. So I'm just following the edge of this pegmatite, and here was the last boundary that I found, and lo and behold, just on the other side I got another little hit. So it seems my theory is paying off. This is not a very big hit. It's only a couple hundred counts above the background, but we'll see what we got. All right, so first I'll just try scraping away a little bit with my shovel. I kind of hope it's not right on the surface, because if it is, it's a pretty small piece. But oh, it's nice and soft here. We just got off a big snow event, which is mostly melted. It's made the ground nice and soft. I'm listening to see if the count goes down as I move the dirt out of the way. It doesn't seem to be. It means it's probably a little bit deeper, which is kind of good in terms of the prospect of it being a nice specimen. Oh, well, take that back. Maybe I did move it. This is not exactly where I thought. Let's see here. Well, I either moved it or it was a phantom, because we're so close to the pegmatite. Sometimes you just get a mass effect. Well, no. All right, no, there's something still there. It's right here on the edge. Okay. Let me see if I can do one more shovelful here. Move this dirt out of the way first. It's always good to keep your digging area tidy. Makes it easier to find the specimens. Ooh, there's something right there. Boy, I don't even have to measure that. I can tell that it's going to be hot. See the black glassy? Yeah, that's hot. Now, what I'm wondering is if there's another piece in here. Let me put this in my back pocket. think that was it. So you may remember from the last video, so I found quite a few specimens down this wash. We walked all the way down the wash, and this is actually toward the beginning of the wash, or at least where it crosses the road and then continues on up the hill toward the pegmatite where my car is. And we found a lot of specimens down in this wash, and in fact we've already found a couple of specimens in here, but I just decided to stick my probe down in one of the holes here, and lo and behold, I think I've got another specimen hiding down in this hole. So I'm going to do a little bit more digging. So we're about 1,200 here on the surface, 900 over here, 600, 1,300. So I'm hopeful there's something down there. Fortunately, it's pretty easy to dig down this wash. It's kind of sandy, and it's actually wet right now from all the snow they had recently. That's the same storm that froze Texas. So this is about a week or two later, after that deep freeze in Texas that cut everybody's power and water. Never got too bad here in New Mexico or southern Arizona. Well, it's not getting... Okay, I think it's actually a little bit closer to the surface. Okay, so we're at 1,600. So yeah, we got something in here. So I'm going to knock a little bit more off this edge. And I bet you we'll find it pretty quick. I think we've moved it now. Let's see. I think I got it. That's it. Okay. There still may be something in this hole. But I'm going to go up and wash this one off first. So I was walking up toward my car, ready to call it a day, when I inadvertently got a little hit here that's right about the right spot for a good sized specimen. Get rid of a few of these rocks here. There it is. Okay. Well, this looks like this is a nice sized piece. Go see what it looks like when I wash it off. So these are the specimens I found this afternoon. And this is the big one I just found on the road, right below my car. It's big. That's about all I can say about it. Maybe some crystal form to it. As far as crystal form though, this one is by far the best. It's got some very good orthorhombic crystals, and I believe this is a twin as well. So you'll remember from my first video out here where I found that giant specimen that it actually came in 3 pieces and I was able to piece them together. Well, I decided to go back and work that hole because there seems to be a little bit of something still in that hole, and sure enough I ended up uncovering this beautiful specimen. I mean, this is quartz matrix with a beautiful, what I would assume is a euxenite crystal sticking out of it. And now I'm going to go back here and work that hole some more. So here is the hole I was just digging, and I ended up not finding another piece after that nice crystal embedded in quartz. But I've been surveying this area down below very methodically, back and forth, trying to do kind of a grid. And finally I got down here. You can hear the background, but then all of a sudden started getting something a little bit higher. So I think I've definitely got something here. So unfortunately this hot spot turned out to be just solid rock. I've washed it off a little bit. There's not much chance with the tools I've got to chisel anything out of the solid rock, but that's what happens sometimes. There's probably a nice specimen lodged in there. Well, I may be having more luck than I thought, because this solid rock turned out to be pretty soft, and so I'm chiseling around it trying to break it up, and I'll see if I can find the specimen in there someplace. Okay, so I've moved a little of this broken up rock out of the hole. The hole's still pretty hot, but it's definitely something in here, and it's either, ooh, there's something really shiny here. Okay, well, this big piece is hot. Let me see if I can find other pieces. I have a feeling that this is just some sort of really ugly hot rock of some sort. I found some allanite up here before. Yeah, this is not real pretty stuff, but it might be some more of this allanite. And the allanite's a little different in that it's, instead of based on the uranium decay chain like the euxenite, it's based on the thorium decay chain. And it's got lots of cerium and other rare earths as well. Okay. My sodium iodide gamma spectroscopy scan of this mineral does indeed show the thorium-234 decay chain based upon this prominent Pb212 peak at 238 keV. Then my X-ray fluorescence scan not only showed a significant amount of cerium and other rare earth elements, but also a large amount of yttrium, as well as iron and manganese. So this is a very interesting mineral, and it's going to require further analysis to determine exactly what it is. So there was yet another hot hole that didn't yield anything. So I just started walking down this road, and amazingly enough, right in here, I found one right on the surface. So I thought, oh, that's kind of weird. But I walked down a couple of feet, and there's another one right on the surface. So I thought I would document that. So of all the specimens I found on this trip, this is by far the coolest. We've got this perfect, I assume it's euxenite crystal, growing out of the quartz. And then if you look carefully, you actually see a lot more crystals as well. Here's another one over here, and a couple here, one growing out here, and this one here is actually a nice size one, also showing some orthorhombic crystal structure. And let me see, I believe there's one more right, it's hard to point at it, one more over here. So they're all over there. The closer you look, the more you find. So this is really a spectacular piece, very unusual to find a specimen like this in the matrix with all sorts of other crystals growing along with it. You can see some twins down here.